The New York Mets find themselves at a critical crossroads with Kodai Senga, and the possibility of an optional demotion is now on the table, a move that could dramatically reshape their pitching strategy. Detroit, rookie sensation Nolan McLean once again proved on Tuesday that he has what it takes to anchor the Mets' starting rotation, not just through the end of the regular season, but potentially deep into the playoffs. This is a huge advantage for the Mets, especially considering that this leadership role was originally expected to be filled by Kodai Senga. But here's where it gets controversial. Since returning from the injured list in July, Senga's performance has been so disappointing that the Mets are hesitant to commit to him for their upcoming starts. According to sources familiar with the team's internal discussions, the Mets are weighing several options regarding Senga's future, including the possibility of asking him to accept an optional assignment to the minor leagues. However, it's important to note that Senga's contract stipulates he cannot be sent down without his consent, adding a layer of complexity to the situation. On Tuesday night, Senga expressed his willingness to do whatever is necessary to improve and contribute to the team's success. As of that day, the Mets were still actively exploring all possible avenues. A demotion due to underperformance would mark a steep decline for Senga, who was the runner-up for the National League Rookie of the Year and an All-Star in 2023. After pitching in only one regular season game in 2024, he started 2025 impressively, boasting a stellar 1.39 ERA over his first 14 appearances. Unfortunately, since then, his ERA has ballooned to 6.56 across 35 2/3 innings. While Senga still shows flashes of high-end potential, the Mets have other pitching options available, including David Peterson, Clay Holmes, Jonah Tong and McLean himself, with promising prospect Brandon Sproat waiting in AAA. The Mets' rotation beyond the immediate future remains uncertain. Holmes is slated to pitch against the Tigers in the series finale on Wednesday, followed by a day off on Thursday. Peterson is scheduled to start Friday against the Cincinnati Reds, with rookie Tong likely to take the mound on Saturday. Senga's next turn would fall on Sunday. Senga, who earned All-Star honors in his rookie season, has struggled significantly during his 32-year-old campaign. Notably, he hasn't managed to pitch 6 innings and a start since June 6th. The Mets face the challenge of getting Senga back on track while also helping Sean Manaea, who currently carries a 5.60 ERA, regain his form. When asked before Tuesday's game whether Senga and Manaea remain part of the Mets' rotation, manager Carlos Mendoza responded candidly, "They are until they are not. We haven't made any decisions yet. We are going to be flexible, and we're going to take advantage of off days and continue to have those discussions." At the start of the season, Mets officials were optimistic that Senga and Manaea would form a formidable 1-2 punch at the top of the rotation. But how sustainable would that have been without McLean's emergence? Currently holding a 5-game lead over the Reds for the final wildcard spot, the Mets can afford to skip Senga's next start or even consider a minor league stint for him, largely thanks to McLean's outstanding performance. In just 4 starts, McLean has stepped up as a frontline pitcher, filling a void the Mets desperately needed to address. McLean's latest outing was another encouraging sign of his maturity and skill. In the Mets' 12-5 victory over the Tigers on Tuesday, he showed the poise of a seasoned veteran, struggling early, but then adjusting and dominating a team that entered the game with the best record in the American League. Here's a breakdown of McLean's performance against the Tigers. First 2 innings, 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, 1 swing and miss, 41 pitches. Last 4 innings, 0 runs, 0 hits, 0 walks, 6 strikeouts, 6 swings and misses, 49 pitches. Early in the game, McLean struggled to command his big spin breaking balls, but adapted by focusing on his sinker and changeup. Later, he reintroduced his sweeping slider with greater success. The Mets' offense helped by scoring 5 runs in the 4th inning, but McLean's adjustments were evident even before that, as he recorded his first 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd and followed it with 3 more perfect frames. Remarkably, McLean has become only the 2nd MLB pitcher since 1913 to start his career with a 4-0 record, a sub-1.50 ERA, and 25 or more strikeouts over his first 4 starts. The only other pitcher to achieve this feat was Fernando Valenzuela in 1981. Manager Mendoza praised McLean's performance, saying, "Another impressive outing from him. That's what you call pitching, understanding you have to make adjustments and find a way to go 5 or 6 innings." Before the game, Mendoza admitted that expectations for McLean are through the roof. Despite Mendoza's efforts to temper the hype, McLean continues to give the Mets every reason to believe in his potential. He also seems unfazed by the pressure of the big stage. "I'm just going out there trying to compete," McLean said. "I'm trying to give my team the best chance I can to win and get as many outs as possible in a game." Catcher Luis Torrens, who contributed a 3-run homer in the same game, offered a glowing assessment. "He has that attitude and that flair of a superstar." Given the struggles of the pitchers who were supposed to lead the rotation, McLean's rise couldn't have come at a better time for the Mets. His presence is exactly what the team needs to stay competitive as they navigate the final stretch of the season. Photo credit: Vincent Carchietta at Getty Images. September 3rd, 2025. Now here's a question for you. Should the Mets push for Senga to accept a minor league assignment to regain his form, or would that risk damaging his confidence and future with the team? And what does McLean's rapid ascent say about the Mets' scouting and development strategy? Share your thoughts below. Do you agree with the Mets' cautious approach, or is it time for a bolder move?